Time to suit up, all you minties, and talk about two brand new Marvel Omnis coming out in December of 2025. So let's go ahead and get started. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you so much to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of both of these Omnis that will be coming out later this year. And before I go any further, a small reminder to hit that like button, please. That goes a long way for us here on the channel. We've got two brand new Omnis, 4 covers. That's right, so each one of them will have a direct marketing standard edition cover. All right, let's talk about the first one, because the first one will answer the question, why wasn't this event in this omnibus that I announced a couple of months ago? And the omnibus that I'm talking about was the all-new X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis. People kept asking, where is Battle of the Atom? It doesn't make any sense why it's not in here. Well, this will answer the question. Because coming out in December of 2025 is Uncanny X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis Omnibus. That's right, well, I gave you a... That's not even a hint, I'm just telling you the event's going to be in here. But let's check out the standard edition cover first. This is the cover that's going to be available everywhere, and it is the one that is drawn by Chris Bachalo. And of course, he was the main series artist towards the beginning, and he came back and did a few more issues. But let's go ahead and talk about the content in here. So collected in here is Uncanny X-Men 1 through 14, 15-point INH, which is the Inhumans, because it was the Inhumanity event, and also 16 through 35, 600, don't worry, it's not skipping all the way to 600, it was just renumbered to 600, so that was really issue number 36. All new X-Men 16 and 17, Wolverine and the X-Men 36 through 37, X-Men Battle of the Atom 1 and 2, the X-Men series, Adjectiveless X-Men from 2013, 5 and 6, and Uncanny X-Men Annual Number 1 and All New X-Men Annual Number 1. So there is the answer. That's where Battle of the Atom is. All of it, including the crossover with Wolverine and the X-Men, and also Adjectiveless X-Men as well as All New X-Men. People were worried that the event that has been available in an oversized hardcover was not going to be collected fully. But it is there. So let's look at our direct market cover. And your direct market cover is supplied by Ed McGuinness. But mostly, like I mentioned, it's Chris Bachalo doing the internal artwork with Chris Anka, David Marquez, Fraser Irving, Sarah Pichelli, Mahmoud Asrar, and Stuart Eminem, just to name a few of the creators or the artists behind this. This will take us through the whole storylines where they go up against S.H.I.E.L.D. Again, the battle for the Atom. You've got the Omega Mutant story in here. And introducing us to some new characters, like the character of Tempo and Goldballs and, oh, what is it? Triage, I think is what his name was. But Tempest, not Tempo. Tempest is the Eva Bell. And these characters will go on to be in other books too. So you've got the classic characters in here like Cyclops and Magneto, Magic, and Emma Frost. Say classic, but it seems like, oh wait, Magneto. Yeah, different eras, because this was right after the whole schism thing. But yeah, and teaching a new class of mutants. Oh, and that design of Magic is top notch, one of the best designs for that character. I think a lot of people think of Magic, they think of that Chris Bachalo design. All right, let's talk about the next book. Now, the next book is a personal favorite of mine. It's one of my most wanted Omnis that I've talked about over the years when I talk about like my top 20, my top 10 most wanted Omnis. It is one of my most wanted because it's a gap filler. It is a huge gap filler that I didn't think they were gonna do, but I'm so glad they're doing. And I'll tell you where it fits in here in a second, but it is my absolute pleasure. Also coming in December is Avengers by Johns and Coipel Omnibus. That's right, we are finally getting this in omnibus format. Let's take a look at our standard edition cover. And your standard edition cover here is supplied by Jim Chung. Now let's talk about what exactly is collected in here. Why am I so excited? Why did I say it's such a gap filler? All right. Collected in here is Avengers 57 through 84. That's right, not missing an issue, baby. Vision 1 through 4. Thor 58. Iron Man 64, New Invaders number 0. These are the stories that take place between the Kurt Busiek Omnibus Volume 2 and New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis. Because after issue 84 of Avengers, it was renumbered again to 500, and that's where Avengers Disassembled took place. So after Kurt Busiek's run that ends with issue 56, Jeff Johns take over. Oh my gosh, and it's so good. Like, there's some freaking awesome stories in here. Most, like, some of the most underrated Avengers stories, I think, are in this collection. And of course, not alone, because also Chuck Austin takes over the book after Jeff Johns leaves, and you also have the Vision miniseries in here. That one's actually drawn by Ivan Reyes, if I'm not mistaken. So it's some early team up between Gary Frank and Jeff Johns, if you're enjoying their work these days, and also Ivan Hayes and Jeff Johns. But also in here you have Scott Collins, Kieran Dwyer doing some of the artwork in here. And then of course the crossover with Thor and Iron Man, the standoff crossover, which was Mike Grell and Kurt Busiek writing those stories. All right, let's look at our direct market cover. And our direct market cover here is supplied by David Finch. I mentioned these are some of my favorite underrated stories in here, and if you haven't read them, you're in for a treat. They have been available in trade paperback before, and complete collections and hardcovers. They've never been available in an oversized format, so I'm really happy we're getting this uninterrupted run of Avengers now that we are getting New Avengers Omnibus Volume 2. This is a big chunk of Avengers, but oh my gosh, yes, Red Zone in here has one of my favorite Black Panther moments. I absolutely love that moment, with some amazing artwork, of course, by Olivier Coipel, who is just, like, this is the earliest work that I saw of this phenomenal artist who, after this, blew up, went on to do House of M, and oh my gosh. Yeah, but his early stuff can be found here. But yes, those are your two announcements for this round coming out in December. In the comments down below, let me know which book you're going to pick up. Don't forget to pre-order as soon as they're available for pre-order. And also which cover you're going to get, and what you think of the content in here, and what other X-Men omnibus you would love to see, and what other Avengers era you would love to see. I'd love to see Uncle Raj. That's right, Roger Stern Avengers. One day. But this was a complete and amazing surprise. That's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.